I've been fucking moving. It's been crazy. It's been a big old move, and I'm finally done. Now, time for unpacking and getting to gardening. So, I figured tonight, why not just record some transplanting and get out there and get back onto the YouTube world. So, I've got my first seedlings that I started on the last full moon, April 23rd. Um, so I've got some cannabis. I've got some, hi, cat lady. Yay. I've got some veggies. I've got just a bunch of fun seeds to get going in my little greenhouse. And so let's see, I'll show you what I've got going on here. This is their first day. I just built this greenhouse today. Um, My clone domes are on, and I am just going to be transplanting these right in here. I've got some Roots Organic. Well, it's not really Roots Organic soil, I don't think, honestly. It looks like soil that I made and put into a Roots Organic soil bag, so it's got tons of rice holes, and I know fucking Roots Organics doesn't got rice holes. But dude, you guys, I'm just so fucking happy to be done moving. I don't want to leave again. I don't want to move again. So, we are going to get all of these weed seedlings. They're a little leggy. I just had them in the windowsill. No artificial light for these guys. So, remember when you're starting seedlings inside and you use artificial lighting, you are messing up their natural hormone, their natural light cycle, and hormone count. So I try to just keep them in a windowsill and let them maintain their circadian rhythm, if you will, so that I'm not having any pre-flower triggering into flower, early when I get them out. Where I'm at, we have chance of snow up until May 15th. So they say, you know, locally, our point of reference is if there's still snow on Micah Peak, don't plant your plants outside. Um, and there's still snow and it's been cold as shit. So we are going to keep them in this greenhouse, and I have clones inside though that are going to be going outdoors. And so I've been kind of bumming because the kitchen light is where we've got the clone plants that I've transplanted into 3-gallon pots, and they are in my kitchen and with the light on. And so I was like, oh no, my seedlings. They've had 3 days. We've been in the new house for 3 days now. And so the seedlings have had night light for 3 days. So I'm really hoping that it doesn't mess up, too much. But they are a little leggy, but that's okay because we have this thing called advantageous roots that can happen along anywhere along the stem. So very similar to tomatillos. What up, Gilkey at Wiz TDKRT? I don't know what that stands for, but thank you for joining. Hi, hi. I'm so happy to be here, you guys. Thanks for being patient with me. I haven't been live, like I said, moving as a bitch. So I should have gotten my paper and pens because these are all, I like to use painter's tape. It comes off really easily. And I didn't grab that. So we'll just do it one at a time right now, and I'll keep them labeled. I'll put them in different trays. That's like the thing. Always use a twisted KRT. I don't know what a KRT is, but I like it. I like it. Painter's tape, Sharpie, labeling right away. It's just good for a good practice, right? Because you know, you don't want to think it's something and then it becomes something else. You never know. Do I use yucca root extract and aloe for your girls' foliage and soil? I use yucca for everything, but I reserve aloe for foliar because it is so expensive. And I need to get my yucca out. I mean my aloe out. But tonight I'm just going to be using the Bigfoot mycorrhiza granular in the soil mix, which is honestly, this bag, I thought it was Roots Organic, but it's really not. It's old soil that I dumped into Roots Organic from the indoor grow, so there isn't really um, much fertilizer or food in there probably at all. So besides the granular, I'm also using the Root Boost with the azospirillum. So endomycorrhizal fungi, azos with nitrogen, um, and then of course the yucca from my website. This is the sample size. This is what you can get for free. Um, and your initials are Kenneth Russell. Okay, Russell Tooley. Cool. Twisted KRT. Now I know. Now I know. T Mac, what up? Calvin Denny, Double D. So happy to be here in the greenhouse. And it's so much warmer in here, man. It was so freaking cold outside today, but maybe I can get my husband to bring me the tape and the Sharpie so I don't have to leave you guys. So like I said, you know, Gary Payton is labeled on this cup. That's the last time we had. Man, I really like that Gary Payton. It is nice. I had some rosin that was the Gary Payton crossed with Oreos. Whoo, that was tasty. So exciting news. While I mix this powder in here, I don't even have a measuring, you guys. I'm not gonna measure this. I'm just gonna, it's 1 teaspoon. I am a proficient baker, so I feel like I know pretty well. Also, just eyeballing this. That looks like a teaspoon. Like there's different amounts that you can fill your hand with, and you're like, oh yeah, that's definitely a teaspoon. So that's what I'm doing here. I am just eyeball measuring. And I always go light. I'm always, 50% to 75% because oh wow, this bag isn't even open. This is a brand new bag. Um, so Calvin Denny says you should grow your own. You have aloe plants and harvest yucca roots to make your own extract after they're 18 months old. That's awesome. Motherfucker, I need a knife. What zone does, I mean, I know yucca will grow in a lot of different places, but I wonder what zone you're in, because aloe, like, I'm in the fucking mountains and 2,600 foot elevation up by um, Canada. So, yeah, you guys see, I'm just intuitive teaspoons, stirring with my hand. It's very scientific here, you guys, very. So, one thing I really like to keep in mind while I am transplanting is just making sure that my soil is nice and moist before I do any kind of transplanting. So I'm going to fill up all of these cups. Let's see if we can change this angle a little bit. Sorry, it's going all over the place. North Carolina, close to the coast. Close to the coast. God, I can't talk. Well, yeah, I don't think I could grow that here. But yes, if you live in an area where you can definitely grow as much of your own things as you possibly can, I'm all for it. And if you can't grow it, you can order it off my website because I got hella yucca. But I don't even remember how many pounds, 200 pounds of yucca root extract. What's going on in Australia? I don't know. Let's see, cat lady. You've just been cutting off a piece of aloe and throw it in with a ninja bullet with water every couple of weeks and water in with foliar. That's nice. I should just get an aloe plant for my house. Okay, I'm just gonna pick this fucking bag of soil up. Get in there. So this soil has been amended. This is a mix, like I said, from me. So it's got malted barley in here, rice hulls. I believe that the base initially was like the Subcool recipe made at my local worm farm for me, and it has all kinds of had all kinds of amendments in it. Has a little bit of oh, it looks like fucking perlite in here. I hate perlite, you guys. It's lame. Lots of decaying roots, so that's good. And tonight we are transplanting what is that? Gelato 41 back cross and the banana crossed or banana jealousy. Okay, so the seedsman, they sent me purple punch, which I haven't grown in years. I grew purple punch when it back when it first came out, and I was a pretty novice grower. I mean, I've been growing for maybe my second year of growing. The first year I grew 5 harvests indoor in a year, and it was THC bomb over and over and over again. I just grew just that because so, it was just great. It was a great, I think I helped with a headband crop and it just did not do very well. And then got this THC bomb and had a bunch of different flavors with Sour Patch Kids, Jelly Bean, and the THC bomb just did so fucking good. So I just spent a year growing it and I did 5 harvests in a row of THC bomb. That was crazy. But it was consistently putting out 20 pounds on 8 lights. So I was like, okay, let's just keep growing it. And, we're getting like 2K a pound back then. So it was pretty nice. So I'm excited though to do Purple Punch again. It's a really easy strain. It's a yielder. It smells good. My husband hates it. A lot of people don't like it because, well, it's just a really light strain. It's not a heavy high. So, but I like that for daytime momming, farming, just putting around, riding my bike, got this light, um, easy to smoke. It smells good. Purple. Who doesn't like purple weed? Let's see here. Bloody Hot in America next to the hotspot and FDC. Let's see. What strains are your favorite, if you don't mind me asking, and do you do any breeding? You know what? I think, let's see. For a long time, my favorite strain was Blueberry Muffin because the smell of Blueberry Muffin is just, it's amazing. And it's also a light euphoric, has a lot of linalool in it. I like floral, fruity, but I would have to say all time is like sour diesel. I just love the way that sour diesel makes me feel. Okay, so I have these cups filled about 3/4, a little over halfway, and I put them into a tray, a nursery tray that has slots on the open. It's woven, and then I'm putting that into another tray that doesn't have holes in it. And so what that's gonna do is gonna allow all of the cups. Also, by the way, I have cut the bottom out, and I've used them probably 5 or 6 times. Try to not do single-use plastic. And I really do like the 4x4 nursery cut tray, squares, but this is like super easy having the solo cup. I think it's just like, I don't know if it's like a weed grower thing or what, but it also comes in pink, purple, green, red. So I'm using another cup and I'm just gonna top these off, give them a little bit of water so all the bottoms have holes in them so they can drain. Tons of rice holes. This is a pretty light mix. And this is, like I said, spent and reused soil from the indoor grow from our last house. Malted barley, all kinds of dry amendments in there. That's used, and I haven't amended it again. So that's okay. These seedlings really don't need a ton of nutrients at this time, and I don't want to. Man, it's such a nice temperature in here. I just can't believe I'm so happy that I got the greenhouse. I set this up today, and I didn't have the instructions, obviously, because I took it apart and moved it. It wasn't that hard to put together, but I was like, God, I can't remember which piece goes where. It only took me an hour or so. All right, so watered that in. The soil's super hydrophobic. So we just want to let that sit for a bit and just keep watering slowly. So like I said, the reason why I like to do the woven tray over the solid tray, is because it not only gives the solid tray more support, rigidity, for moving them around, but it also kind of lifts it up off the bottom. Um, and it allows the cups then to reabsorb the water because the bottom tray doesn't have holes in it. So that's great, especially if you like are out and about and you can bottom water from these. And so if you're like out of town, you can leave the tray filled up with water and it will slowly absorb it. But that's just, something I like to do. So just keep on adding a little bit. Let me get back to the chat and see what we've got going on. Um, do, 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 do. Cat lady, your indoor aloe grow is out of control. Yes, I would love some. Um, Calvin, you cross purple punch with your favorite train wreck. Nice. Ooh, you just harvested some blueberry muffins. Um, yeah, exactly. No judgment with the solo cups. Thanks, man. You wouldn't believe it. I mean, people. Oh, I thought I was crying. So, Ace, you almost got thrown in jail for smoking a disposable pen. What the fuck? That's scary. Where the hell are you, Ace? That you could get thrown in jail for a disposable. Oh my goodness, that's terrifying. I don't need to set that down yet. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna. Oh, I didn't open this. It didn't tear all the way. Let's see if I can rip it open, finagle it with my nasty fingernails. Nope. Almost want to bite it with my teeth. I don't know if I want to do that live though, you never use your teeth as tools. That's what I was always taught, but I do it anyway. Okay. Well, that was kind of shitty packaging right there. God damn. What the hell is going on? Okay. Well, I just fucked that package up, but as far as water goes, I'm using well water. I moved to an amazing property with, again, we're doing the finger measure with well water, and I don't have the well report yet. I'd like to get that. I'm going to ask my landlords if they have one. So I love the mycorrhizal from Bigfoot because it is not on an inert carrier. Like I used to use the mycos from Azos Gardening, Extreme Gardening or whatever. Not Azos. What am I thinking? That's the other bacteria product. Um, and they use just like talcum powder or something. And then Bigfoot has like worm castings and biochar, and just uses like other, like things in it instead of just inert. So that's why I like that. So I want to get the mycorrhizal fungi on these roots as soon as possible. Earliest inoculation. So I watered in some when I popped these seeds, but again, I put mycos in with every single transplant. Um, but yeah. Okay, let's see chat. The certain state of Mexico is a big no-no. I was coming back to the US through the pen in the trash and security dug into it, filled with water. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That is terrifying. Yeah, you can bring weed. It was American, huh? The Americans got you from bordering. So if you're going to Mexico, this is not legal advice. Allegedly, I hear that you can bring weed into Mexico really easily, but not travel and bring weed back with you. That's a big no-no. Okay, so I hope that I filled these to the right height. We're gonna do the G41 right now. And Shakedown Sheets, hey, just found your channel about an hour ago. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're here. So this little guy is very leggy. Okay, so I need to take some soil out of these cups and I just inoculated it. Oh well, I'm just gonna water it down a little bit and kind of push it in. There we go. Just compact it. Get it in there, push it down. So like I said, these seedlings are a bit leggy, so I'm just going to bury them up a little bit higher up their stems. And this is totally okay because think about it. If have you ever had advantageous roots? When you're in a humid environment, you'll have, oh, and I'm glad I'm putting my fingers in here. You need to feel this soil. It's not super moist because it's so hydrophobic. It's been so dry for so long that the water is just like passing right through it. So it's good to just mix it up. I'll probably do another little pass through with the water. Um, but like I was saying, or what was I saying? Oh, advantageous roots. So your cannabis plant will grow roots out the side of the stem wherever, so however far down you plant it. And even if you're in a super humid environment, you can start seeing advantageous roots popping out the side. Same thing with tomatoes. So if you get leggy tomatoes, leggy seedlings, which they're reaching for the light, right? You can just bury those bitches in a little bit deeper and you're good to go. So that's what we're doing. I'm just pushing down the soil into these solo cups um, so that they're a little bit deeper because my seed block, my soil block was a little bit too high and I want to bury them. Let's see here. Oh man, this Mexican security almost caught you. They are strict too, man. When I was just in Mexico for my birthday in February, and so here we go. We've got a leggy little uh, Gelato 41 back cross. So and it's in the seed block and soil block. Keep calling it a seed block, and I don't see any roots popping out the side. So, this is a good time. I'm just gonna kind of break up this a little bit so I can top it off. And my seedling mix is just 50% vermiculite, 50% cocoa coir, no nutrients. The cotyledons, those leaves, hopefully I'm saying that right because I mispronounce things all the time, um, contain all of the nutrients that your plant needs when it's first, um, you know, alive because it can't photosynthesize yet. So really, just making sure that you have a mix that holds onto a lot of water, keeping it nice and moist, is ideal. I'm just gonna oh, that's gonna make my water dirty. Okay, get some water into the soil. Let's see here. Let's read. I'm new as well. Seeing you on with creative, like your approach. Oh heck yeah! I love that show. It was fun. Creative was awesome. Allegedly, I've experienced the same. Easy to get in, harder to get out. Yes. Calvin, you use your own earthworm bin and compost bin that's been going for years. Great stuff. I still like to buy earthworm castings, kelp, metal rock phosphate, and mycorrhizal. Yeah, you know what? I left my worm bin at the old house. I built this wooden one that had like a tray, and I was like, it's so heavy, and I just ran out of room, and I was just like, you know what? Maybe the new owners of this place, the new residents, will want to compost and have a worm bin. But you know what I'm really excited about? Um, I am excited about building a Johnson 2 bioreactor. I'm hoping that I will be doing that like this week. Um, and I mean, before I even unpack, I'm really just like trying to get my compost bin going. And so the Johnson 2 bioreactor is just a really great combination of static and traditional composting. So basically, you build this. Yay! The Gelato 41 back cross is my first one is planted. How exciting! I've got 3 more to go. Um, so this Johnson 2 bioreactor is a combination of static and traditional composting or hot composting and static composting, which is also known as traditional, where you just leave it in a pile. But basically you use a pallet and you put the pallet on the ground, and so that's like airflow from underneath. You put like a center column. I've seen different methods. I don't know if I'm going to do the center column or if I'm going to do multiple PVC pipes through it, but you drill holes through the pipes, like maybe like the French drain pipes, like that black corrugated could go in the center. And then you pack in your material all around that. And then you let it sit for a full year. And it just, you water it, you set up watering, but it's aerated, it's watered, and it just set it and forget it. It's super biologically active. And because you're not turning it all the time like a hot compost, um, you're allowing the fungal spores to really grow out, and it's a much more compost than a hot compost that's really high in bacteria. So, pretty cool stuff. I can't wait to do that. Um, let's see here. Awesome to see another like-minded grower. Yay, thank you. Yep, not packing it in too much. It's um, yeah, it is stretchy, but like I said earlier, um, you know, the legginess is okay because you just bury it and then roots grow out of the stem and then you're good because it'll just grow. And I didn't want to use lights on this because they're going outside and so I left them in the windowsill. Um, and that's because I don't want to mess up their natural circadian rhythm. I wanted them to be, you know, just a natural light cycle. And so they're going to go outside and they're going to be in this. Probably going to take them in overnight. Maybe. We'll see. Or I'll just put my seed mat out here if I can find an extension cord and then keep their soil temperature warm and then cover them back up. They're in a greenhouse. Temperatures are still getting down into the like 30s though. Not below freezing, but like 35, 37. Yesterday was a high of 47. Fucking really fucking cold. It hailed for like an hour. So it's supposed to be warmer. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm just kind of like, I've got a bunch of seedlings here, and yeah, they could be not so leggy, but I don't really give a shit. They're gonna be great. They're gonna be fine. Is my birthday on Valentine's Day? No, it's February 1st, but a fellow Aquarius, man, um, we're the weirdos. So let's see here. Promix is what I use, 20% homegrown worm castings for seeds. Yeah, the misfits or the Aquarius misfits, exactly. That's what the Bad Seed Farm is. So I'm really excited I'm launched a new Instagram. I haven't even shared it with the world yet. And I'm going to be featuring our new farm. We've got 12 acres, 3 acres of pasture. We're on a creek. I'm building the chicken coop this week, building the Johnson 2 bioreactors before I even unpack because fuck that. Who wants to be inside? It's finally nice and sunny out. And I need my chickens and I need my compost and um, I we're renting out the 3 acres is going to have cattle on it this summer, but because the landlords just rent that out. But next year I'm getting my goats back and we're gonna do maybe an alpaca. Alpaca poo's the shit for growing anything. Really anything. I'm just looking for things that have the good shit because there we go. We got a little seed popping out or a little root popping out there. Yay. Um, I just love fucking farming. I love all of it. So the Bad Seed Farm is what we're going with for the name for our farm here in Valley Forge, Washington. We're on the northern end of the Palouse, if you're all familiar with that. We got a lot of wheat growers around us and some little organic farms. We got a peony farm not too far down the road. Got some guys with some yaks. Yakety yak. Pretty cool. That stuff's a little dry. I need to get some water in there. That's the key. Just keep them moist, keep them happy under the sun. I don't stress too much. I'm not like perfectionist. I'm a wing it, just let it go. And I've had great success doing it that way. Everyone can grow weed however they want. That's the beauty of it. There's so many ways to skin a cat. And the most important thing is that you're just doing it. You're growing something, whether it's weed or veggies or anything. Like fucking it's really good for you, really really good for you to grow something. You grow when you grow, you know what I mean, like literally. So Let's see here. 25% compost, 25% castings, pro mix for vegetative growth. Don't talk back. Okay, I won't. I don't know what that means. Bury it deeper. Oh my God. Come on. I put too much soil in there, you guys. I'm told you, I'm not doing this perfection. You guys are gonna tell me what to do if you know anything about Aquarius. They don't like being told what to do. Oh, my dog's in here. Get rid of part of that soil block. Doesn't need that. So yeah, the plan is get these seedlings transplanted. I've got like 10 clones also. So, you know, these seedlings are from Seedsman. I've got a contract with them, so I got to do my content with their strains. And then I'm waiting, which members, if you guys are members of the Blaze Project, Botanical Latitude and Zone Evaluation. We are kicking off our inaugural year of citizen science growing together. And we just ordered our triploid seeds yesterday. It fucking sold out again. And so we're trying to figure out for the folks who didn't get their orders in, how to get that order in so that you can, I don't know, like Cat Lady, I did talk to Ben and gave him your suggestion of the private product page because that seems like the easiest way to go about this. But hey, Ian, will you bring me a permanent marker and painter's tape so I can label these? I don't know, like on the counter probably, I think. Um, oh, you said yakety yak, don't talk back. I get it. Yeah, 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 yeah. God, see, I get distracted. The chat is just like messes me up, man. I get lose my train of thought. Oh, thank you, honey. Got my, because I just got all four of my Gelato 41 back cross planted, and I need to. I've got dirt on my hands. Try growing super boof, best hands down, best stuff seen in years, huh? Trying to help. I love it. I appreciate the help. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's label these before I go to the next strain so I don't mess this up. See, I got my Humboldt Seed Company t-shirt on. Fucking love Humboldt Seed Company. So they donated all of the donuts triploids to our project, our citizen science project, and I got mine ordered yesterday. Hopefully we can get everyone else's ordered ASAP. I gotta talk to Ben, the owner again, and see what's up with that. When I don't know. I don't know. Man, my hands are so wet. Let's see here. Do G41, G41. Oh, I got my pen wet. Now it's not writing. Or maybe the tape is wet. Should look wet enough. I'll do 3 of those. Take the one off. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work. It's so wet. Oh, that doesn't even have a seed in it. Man, yeah, talk about messing up the labeling. I got an ant already crawling around in here, motherfucker. Put this one on here. Sweet. Let's see here. I went organic a couple years ago. Very grateful. I took the time to study and research as much as I could and still do, but getting the most genetic potential out of each plant by doing so. Yes, I agree. And it's just better for you, better for the environment. A little dirt in my face. So let's see if I can try and do this before I water. Let's see here. Um, so besides these seedsman strains, I'm gonna have the Humboldt Seed Company donuts, triploid and diploid, and we're gonna compare it. We're all gathering data to assess how these strains grown outside in different hardiness zones and different latitudes are going to do full season. So we've got people in like all over the country. I'm really fucking excited for it. It's gonna be a really good time. And we'll have open up more participation next year. It was very limited this year, but super grateful for the Humboldt Seed Company for donating, a ton of they're valuable seeds because fucking, you know, they've sold out like within a day of being online. It's so crazy. Okay, so BJ here, good old BJ is banana jealousy. I'll break that soil block up a little bit. So these, like I said, are the strains that I am growing for seedsmen. Got to get the content for them. I also write for them. So if you guys like writing, that's my preferred method of learning. And I write for Humboldt Seed Company. I write for seedsmen. I write for myself, for my Patreon. That could go a lot deeper. Mother effer. So if you guys want to check out my writing, I'm a lot more eloquent with the writing, no cursing involved on that end. So check it out on, like I said, HumboldtSeedCompany.com or the Seedsman website or Queen of the Sungrown, or Patreon. I have a Patreon. Right now it's really dedicated to this Blaze project, but I do put out a new article once a month on there and do a weekly live stream with classes. And I'm working on a class right now. I love teaching. And my next class is going to be on closed loop farming with animals. So I did take some classes through Holistic Management Institute on holistic ranch management and just, the use of animals for closed loop farming is something that I just really love. And I love animals, so we're going to do a whole class on, setting up what animal fits best for your farm or your home, whether it's worms or chickens, goats, alpacas. We'll talk about different kinds of poop, different kinds of shelter, how long you need to age it, different kinds of composting. So that kind of stuff, that's all included for my patrons. You know, gotta That one's really leggy. Man, I should have buried that one deeper. Man, I see you. Whoever told me to bury it deeper. Yes, this one, don't judge me. This one should have been deeper. But luckily it's in a solo cup and I'll just bury it deeper next time too. Did I put the... No, I didn't. Oh well. Okay, we got 4 of these banana jealousies. I am excited for the banana jealousy. This is going to be great. This one already has, like, they barely even have their true leaves, so it's not that big of a deal. Let's see here. Donuts triploids are on life support after a recent matching of fungus gnats. Hope they bounce back. I removed the top 2 to 3 inches and did a root drench. Do you have the mosquito bits, the bacillus in there? Are you doing that regularly? You know, that helps a lot. What else? Obviously just drying out your soil a little bit, not like drying it out. And then rice hulls, covering the top of your soil with a thick 1-inch layer of rice hulls. Diatomaceous earth also. You can do coarse ground diatomaceous earth. And then it doesn't become like that fucking chunk layer. It's hard to find coarse ground diatomaceous earth though. Now I didn't know that, but since moving from my favorite store in California where they had every organic gardening supply ingredient that you could possibly imagine, I found it hard and I can only find the diatomaceous earth that comes in the powder form. So just be careful when you're using that because you're breathing in like diatoms, which are like silicate shards, fossil shards that can fuck up your lungs. Um, yeah. Let's see here. Do they use BTI or mosquito bits in drinking water? I don't know, man. That would be weird. I don't think so, but maybe. I don't know what they do. They put fluoride in your drinking water. That shit's not good for you, so I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's just a bacteria, so it just depends on, I don't think it's very targeted, pest specific. So I doubt that it's going to do anything to you if you drink it. Let's see, is this going to be deep enough? Could be deeper, but I don't want to take more out. So, whatever. Oh, God, reaching over. Gotta water this in a little bit. I put a layer of DI earth on the fresh soil that I topped it off with. Okay, nice. Solosis. Yep, that's the whole lung thing. Fucking shitty way to go, right? Cutting up your lungs like that. I mean, I don't think you'd die like right away. I think you'd have to do that for a long time. But you get sick. Um, even if it's organic, there's still dangers. There's still things you got to take precautions. I'm not good at taking precautions with the PPE. Like OSHA, I am not OSHA certified. I should be wearing like masks and like, I do wear a mask when I'm mixing amendments though, because it's gross. Literally, it's like a lot of poop, so don't want to breathe that in. All right, so the banana jealousy is almost done. I'm excited for this one. I really just want to know if these ones are going to wash. Like, what's going to happen? I'm growing for rosin, man. With all of the full season, I pretty much just put it all to rosin. I don't trim. I don't got time for trimming, and I just started washing and pressing, and I love it, and I'm so excited for that. So, here we go. Break that up a little bit. Put you in this one because you're really leggy. Get you deep down in there and bury you. Yeah, diatomaceous earth is great. Um, I like the coarse ground though. Like I said, you don't have to worry about like breathing in the dust and getting that silicosis or whatever the fuck. And I like to put it at the base of all of my plants outdoors, and then it doesn't dissipate and like just dissolve into every time you water it, but it still does a really good job of, um, you know, it's pest prevention and not allowing pests to crawl up your stem. So it's just like one of my IPM protocols, just get that coarse ground diatomaceous earth around the base right away, as soon as you put your plants in the ground. I have a whole class on IPM, guys. It's available on my website, and I did do 42% off for the rest of April, and it's not April anymore, so you missed out. But nah, just kidding. Man, I cracked myself up. But support me if you want to buy that class. That would be sick. And comes with a 28-page pest guide that I wrote. I love writing. Did I mention that? Okay, I gotta rinse this hand off. I don't know if I'm gonna have room. I bought fucking pumpkins and cucumbers and basil and Brussels sprouts and oregano, and I'm probably just gonna do just the weed tonight, and then maybe pumpkins don't like to be transplanted. So I was hoping that I would have my garden in, but like the ground garden, I'm not prepared yet. I've only been living here for a few days, so I had big dreams, big hopes and dreams that I would be already renting a tiller, getting the garden in place, but that's just not happening yet. Maybe tomorrow. I unfortunately totaled. I got in a car accident about 2 weeks ago, and I totaled my husband's truck, so we're down to one vehicle. Well, we've got the farm truck, but I can't drive with a car seat in it. It's like a two-door Mazda 1986 lowered fucking crazy car that's not okay for my son, my 3-year-old, to drive into town, so I haven't been able to rent a rototiller. And I typically don't till, right? No till because you want that mycorrhiza, but in this case, the patch of ground that I'm putting in my garden was scraped clean, like flattened by heavy machinery. And so it's super compacted and it's already been fucked with. So it doesn't have that, strong mycorrhizal network growing throughout it. Yes, thank God I'm okay. Seriously, that would have been horrible if anyone was hurt. My son was in the car too, and it was like my first car accident since high school, and that was just like a parking lot accident. But yeah, fucking scary. I'm super super glad. Um, but yeah, I need to rent a tiller just for that space. I'm not tilling the cannabis garden is actually going to go up on the hillside where there's an old vineyard, and we're going to rip out some of the old vineyard trash and plant directly in the ground. I'm just going to dig a hole, put in compost and gopher wire, and plant directly in the ground for the cannabis garden. And that's going to be more of a permaculture style, like food forest with elderberries and native rose hips and combine a lot of native species up there on the hillside. Really just have the cannabis introduced first. Um, so that it's not like super obvious, not like a row, like, oh, here's my cannabis plants, but just like in there with all of the other things. And I'm really excited for that. I'll probably do a brambles down low. And no, my husband is not Mr. Grow It. That's a funny question, though. Um, let's see here. Go back. Writing has always been the best way I retain information besides watching putting into action, but writing seems to be becoming a lost art here in the US. I agree. It seems like a lot of people don't like to write or read. Um, yeah, but I love it. So if you like reading and writing, unite. Okay, let's see here. This purple punch, man, I wonder what this is going to do outside. I mean, it's a pretty easy strain. It's like does well. Anyone can grow purple punch. And Seedsman just told me that they sent me another pack of purple punch because they forgot that they sent me this one. So I'm probably going to do a giveaway. Maybe I'll do it on YouTube, and I will give away the next batch of purple punch seeds as soon as they arrive. Hopefully USPS brings them to my new address, which thanks to Cat Lady, I figured out mail forwarding. But before, I never forwarded my mail because I've always just had the impression that I was trying to like run and hide my location, because I don't want them to know where I live, as in like the government and like jury duty, and I don't know, just fucking don't need to know my business, right, motherfuckers? Um, but I had seeds on the way, so I had to do mail forwarding because I got my seeds coming. Um, so I'm gonna give away the purple punch, and this is different. It's a purple punch fast, so um, it's supposed to flower faster, which I'm in a short growing zone, so that's why they sent it to me. And then they also did like a gorilla gas fast or something, and a pineapple autoflower, which I'm not a big autoflower person. Um, but May is autoflower month for seedsmen. Oh, this one has the taproot popping out. So I've got to write some article on fucking autoflowers this month, and that's still, it's really need more soil out. This one's leggy too. Um, so we'll have some information on autoflowers coming out. That should be interesting. And then, gosh, I have to write an article for Skunk, my very first published article for the Skunk magazine, like the actual printed version, is due on May 7th, and I've barely outlined it, but I'm really excited for that because almost all of my work is just on the interwebs, and so I'm definitely gonna have to buy me a copy of that Skunk magazine once that article is in there. But yeah, I'll be sold on autos. You think I will? Really? It just seems like they're so small, and like I want a 3 to 5 pound plant minimum. Like 3 pounds to me is a small plant. That's the kind of my favorite kind of growing. I want 5 pounds a plant at least. And I know that auto ain't gonna be doing that. But um, maybe pop the pineapple right in the ground as soon as the weather allows. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do it. Um, I have to set up this ebb and flow fucking thing that when I was at my old house, they sent it to me and I was planning on doing it in my 5x5 tent. But this house, the landlords um, are, uh, they don't want us growing in the house. They're like super cool with us growing weed outside, which I'm stoked on because I don't really like indoor. Um, but I have this ebb and flow system that I have to use for content because, fucking contract with these people to put out content on this ebb and flow system. And I'm like, do you mind? Can I put it outside? Like, because I'm not setting up my tent. Or if I do it inside, I could grow like tomatoes in it, since they only said I couldn't grow weed inside, right? Like, they didn't say I couldn't grow anything. So I was thinking of just putting the ebb and flow system, the little pots right out here, and just seeing what it does, just for shits and giggles. The only bad thing is, like, it's a plastic pot. Well, it's blue at least, so it'll, reflect light kind of, and it won't heat up too much. And it's always got water going through it, so it's kind of a cool thing. I don't know. It was just for fun, for an experiment, because I really wanted to see how I could manipulate nutrients with this ebb and flow system, because it's a hydroponic system, but I wanted to get photos. The whole point of me doing this was so that I could pull back specific water mobile nutrients to show and get photos of what those deficiencies look like on leaves, because I find that there really isn't very good photographs of this. And so I thought, oh, well, this will be the perfect way to get the photos myself. And, I talked to Cat Lady. I told her, I was like, yeah, and then I should have a Shutterstock account, because right now I use a lot of my own photographs for these articles I'm writing for other companies, and then they have to pay other people for photos when they're using it. So I should just be taking pictures. And it's just good, it's good for science and experiments, and not like I don't have enough projects going on, right? But it's all fun. It's all fun and games. I love doing this. I'm so grateful and blessed that my career is just growing for education and teaching people. And this property is so amazing and beautiful. Um, there's no money in Shutterstock. Oh, God. Well, oh well. And then I'll just give it for free and use it for my articles. Um, But because this property is just so amazing, and I mean, it's like right on the river, and we're putting in this amazing garden, I'd like to host some workshops here, um, and have people come out to the farm and do on-site, like composting classes, just do affordable things where I can make a little money, and just doing the things that I love, because I've tried having a regular job and I am too fucking weird to do that. I can't. The universe wants me to grow weed and veggies, not go to work like 9 to 5. Kills me inside. Um, but yeah, hosting classes here would be super awesome, and I have big old parking area, and like I said, it's right on the river. You can float the river. There's going to be baby cows here soon. Um, so if anyone's in Eastern Washington or wants to make it out to Eastern Washington, we'll definitely be doing some live classes, some in-person classes. Um, Eventually, last year I went crazy and I taught a new class once a month. And the year before, I taught the Living Soil Masterclass once a month, traveled all over the country. And I haven't taught a class since November of last year. So I'm really itching. I mean, I teach snowboarding, I teach mountain biking. I just like teaching, y'all. I like teaching people how to do things that I love. Um, it's, you know, why not? I just have a good time doing it. So why not come on out to the farm and take a class with me? So if you're in Eastern Washington or ever want to come out and visit, pay attention, subscribe to my newsletter on my website. Um, we'll get some fun things going. God, my back is killing me. All this moving and packing. Okay, what did I just? Purple punch. Purple punch. This one doesn't have purple punch on it yet. Okay. There's 5 purple punches, so hopefully I labeled them all. I thought I only made 4. Let's see. Yep, I didn't. Nope, that one's labeled. That's a BJ. That's a BJ. Purple punch. Purple punch. Purple punch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the other purple punch? Oh man, I remember this. I think I put it in the back, hopefully. I don't know. This one is going to be either Purple Punch or what is CB? I don't even know what I popped. CB. CB could be. Huh? I don't know. We'll figure it out, I guess. Who knows what the hell CB is? This is another Purple Punch, though. Um. Oh, thank you, Cat Lady. They were all amazing classes. I appreciate that. Um. Let's see here. You just popped Alien OG and Black Kush. Brian, this sounds way too familiar. Yeah, I know, exactly. Rewatch Queen's Corner to remember. Oh, yeah. Dude, if I could remember to even post Queen's Corner. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'm gonna do this today. And then my computer was dead and I couldn't find my charger. I'm on my phone right now because I just. Hi, Scotty, what up? I just can't even find anything in my life right now. Moving is such a fucking bitch. Um, but I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for this amazing, beautiful place, abundant with wildlife. There's otters in the river. There's fucking mule deer every day. Turkey and turkey season just opened up, man. I need to get a gun. I got a couple handguns, 22 and another. I don't know what the other handgun is. Got that for Christmas a couple years ago. Haven't even shot it yet. I need a hunting gun though. I need a hunting rifle and a shotgun with some bird pellets, and I could shoot the motherfucker. Um, but yeah, that one's really leggy. Gosh, guys, don't judge me. Yeah, we'll see what this one is. If it's Purple Punch or it's CB, because C, it says C times B. I know that the heavy pet is that one, and then AD and CB. What the hell did they give me? And I don't even know honestly if that says CB because my writing is just um so terrible. I have terrible writing, handwriting. My writing is actually very good, but my handwriting is not that great. I just am always in a hurry. Um, yeah, it is my dream place to live. It really is. I am so lucky. The only thing is there's no fucking fish in the rivers. That would be make it like, is there some, oh, it's my hair tickling me. Because of the phosphorus and nitrogen, there's four of those. Man, I can't remember if I did like the one on the end or the one in the beginning was the. This is gonna be a pain in my freaking ass. Let's see. There's four of those. I need to write this down before I just put on here Purple Punch. I swear. It's either. I mean, we'll know once they're flowering, you know what I'm saying? If a couple of them are mixed up, you're gonna be like, oh, well, that's definitely whatever the CB is. Um, but back to the river. Yeah, it would be like ideal if there was fish, but because there's so much nitrogen and phosphorus from the surrounding farms and they're conventional farms, so they're just dumping like urea and phosphate and highly soluble fertilizers. It just fucking kills all the fish. That's the eutrophication that I'm talking about. And now I live on a river that has that. Um, and so it's really sad because I can't fish. Um, that would make it ideal. Then I would never leave. Like I didn't even have my car the last few days, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to leave my house. I don't need to leave. I don't want to see people. I live in my bubble of social media of people that just like the same things as me. I don't have to listen to the news or the negativity that's going on in the world. I know that, you know, God bless the people who are dealing with that, but I just need to stay positive and happy and focus on, and bringing a positive change in my sphere and being able to just talk about growing weed and farming and hunting and doing the things that I like because I am a really sensitive person. So let me live in my bubble and you guys can join in. Use dry newts. Don't pay for water. Yeah, definitely. Yes, I know the seedlings are leggy. How many people are we going to say that tonight? I know. That's why I'm burying them. I left them in the windowsill and no artificial lights um, because I don't want to fuck up their circadian rhythm and I'm moving and I just didn't do things perfectly. I'm perfectly imperfect, so they're going to be fine. I promise. They're going to be fine. Um, Yes, dry newts, no liquid. I really like for like dry amendments for my soil mix, right? I'm mixing in dry amendments, organic fertilizers like neem meal, rock phosphate, um, BioLive. Um, but if you are going to, and then like glacial or basalt rock dust, which here I'm in a place that's prone to flooding, so I'm going to be doing basalt rock dust because basalt rock dust has calcium in it. Um, and I'm sure that there isn't a ton of calcium here in the soil because, well, maybe. I haven't done a soil test yet. I need to see what type of soil I have, if it's, but like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be sandier. That's typically what I've been seeing in this area, but I haven't dug into the ground yet. I was gonna do a whole video on that because there's ways that um, uh, you can analyze just from viewing your soil, right? Like, what does it smell like? What does it look like? What does it taste like? I mean, don't, really taste it, but like maybe a little bit. Um, And then what's the geology? What have you got going on? Like this, the Palouse is known for like flooding all the time, right? If you guys know the, the big floods that happen year after year during the Ice Age, um, well, they wash out a lot of the mobile nutrients. Water mobile, specifically calcium, is really water mobile. So, and there's a lot of glaciers here. And if you know, glacial rock dust doesn't have calcium in it. So I'll definitely be using basalt rock dust. And we'll see. I'm going to do a full soil test, but I'm going to do an analysis and just see what I've got going on from my head, like what I observe, and then uh, compare it to my results from an actual lab and see how far off I am because I'm pretty intuitive and I study like the things that are the background of the soil formation, and then you can look up your soil type on, like, let's see here. I'm gonna do this one CB, even though I don't know what the hell that is. This one's purple punch. Okay, this one's CB. So I got one more CB. I don't even have a cup ready for it. And then the last 6 are heavy pet and AD. And I don't know what AAD stands for either. So I just did this last week. That's what's so crazy is that I've just been so consumed with moving that my brain is not remembering like anything. Literally, when I was walking over here, I didn't even know. Like I was like, where's my camera stand, my phone holder. I can't think of the word. And I literally had just picked it up and it was in my hand. And I'm like, where is it? Oh, because I'm just fucking, my brain is fried from moving. Okay, so I need to do one more of the CB and then I'm going to put the rest, and I'm doing way less soil. So what I know now with these soil blocks is like less than halfway full for that because the soil blocks are they're deceiving. They're deceiving. They look little, but they're actually um, you know, pretty hefty. So a little bit of mycos in there. Get this last CB in this tray, and then we're good to go. And let's see here. You're in New York, so not being around people is unfortunately impossible. Yeah, I can't live by people. I did it. I was in the city for the last 2 years, and it really fucked with my mental health. I'm just not. I have so much social anxiety around normal people, like who don't want to just talk about like weed and growing stuff and soil science. Like, oh God, what are they gonna say to me? How do I talk in normal human? Just don't do it. Just don't look at them. Don't make eye contact. That's my usual my go-to. Um, let's see here. Could that ruin the soil around your house for plants? What ruin the soil around my house for plants? What are you talking about? Um, Smoking Okie. Have a great weekend, everyone. Yeah, there are other weirdos like you. Um, like me. That was rude. I'm so sorry. Um, let's see here. Do you recommend dry newts brand? Question also for Cat Lady. Yes. So I like to use Down to Earth because they're conveniently accessible everywhere. Um, but Eco Max for neem meal, Maxi Crop for water soluble kelp, which I don't do a kelp meal in my soil. I just do a water soluble kelp for teas and foliar. Um, and then if you're in California, man, there's this company, Peaceful Valley Organics. I dream about them. I love them. They also sell some amazing products. They formulated a lot of like similar style to Down to Earth, but they are just Grow Organics, Peaceful Valley, and they have their own line of fertilizers. Um, so yeah, that's my recommendations um, for dry amendments. Now, when you have water soluble dry amendments, I use Organics Alive. Organics Alive is made from fermented bacterial like sludge or something, like their byproducts. And it's super clean. It runs through irrigation systems really well, and that's what I used on my indoor and inside. So I will use while they're in pots here because I didn't amend these. I will use some of the Organics Alive amendments. What was this? This was CB. There we go. And thank you. My hat, that is a blue mat irrigation system, which I have for my 4x8 bed. And I think I'm going to set that up here on my patio and have it just be strawberries or something. Brian Farron, I did just call you weird, but I was joking because I'm the weirdo and I was just being a little brat. But I did not use the Organics Alive with the blue mats. I just did water only in the blue mats and then Organics Alive teas. So I would just hand water basically once a week with that. And then honestly, the blue mats were a pain in the ass in my tent because um, the reservoir has to be, because it's gravity fed, so it has to be up higher than um, where you're watering. And so getting the tote filled with water, because I didn't have a sink in my garage, was really a pain in the ass. It was also on a shelf behind the grow room next to the grow tent up high, and it was just like a fucking nightmare to get in there. I hate cramped spaces. I need wide open. So I didn't use the blue mat that often. So I'm excited to have the blue mat set up here and just use it for veggies and what have you. Like like I said, possibly strawberry bed because I think the 4x8 bed, my grassroots living soil fabric bed, which they work amazing. Keep your soil super moist, evenly distributed. If you want to get one, I sell them in my shop, and they work amazing. I have a 100-gallon pot and a 4x8 and a 4x4 from them, and I'm going to set those all of my pots up on the patio so I can have like herbs and things close to the house so I don't have to walk to the big garden. Um, let's see here. Could you grow a full-size plant in one of those greenhouses, or does it block out too much light? Oh man, just depends on where you're at. I use in California, in my farm in California, I use shade cloth over my greenhouses for my light depth greenhouse, and it needed it. It was like a super, it was in zone 12B with like 110-degree days, like every day through July, just crazy heat, intense radiation. So, depending, it's all dependent on upon where you live. This doesn't have a ton of shade. I mean, it's got a little bit, but which is good. I use this greenhouse for hardening off. So this is my transition for seedlings only and hardening off. So like these seedlings are gonna come back inside tonight, probably, because I haven't set up a what am I thinking of? Extension cord. So, I mean, I could probably find an extension cord. It's just like, moving. Ugh, like I don't know where anything is. And because I don't want them to get, this is their first day of being outside. I have had them inside. And the only reason I would move them outside is because the fucking kitchen light. I don't want the kitchen light on. You know, like to fuck up their circadian rhythm. So let's see here. I have down to my last four. Nope. I got six more. Shit. There's 7 plants here. No, so I missed one. God damn it. Okay. I'm gonna say this is another CB. And we're gonna go. I wish I could remember what CB stood for. It's like so crazy. I feel like I'm losing my mind, or I have lost my mind already. And why can't I remember what I just did this a week ago? Literally on the 23rd, these seeds were popped, and I can't remember. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to I don't know, look through my trash. Nope, it was at the other old house that I popped these, so definitely don't even have that trash. Is it cold? Oh my God, why does somebody always have to say something about nipples? I wish I don't know how to take you out, but I would if I could. Like, grow up, man. Like, free the fucking nipple. And have you ever seen a dog that has had a baby? I have had a baby and I breastfed for a year and a half. It's not about being excited. It's not about being cold. It's about being a natural woman that has fucking breastfed a child. So I'm not going to wear a bra for you. I'm not going to wear a bra for me. And we can just get over that right now. I'm not here for that nonsense. NB, what's your name? Nipple brain? That's what yours. God. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I crack myself up. That was a good one though. You had that one coming, NB. All right, I need one more of the CB. Let's get this in there, and I'm just gonna guess that it's this one. We'll see. Amen, John. Thank you. Yeah, put a moving box over the babies. Oh, I could do that. Yeah, maybe. No. Where I have them, they're on like this little kitchen tray thing that is very, I don't know, very narrow. And I only had 3 moving boxes. I'm pretty impressed. I only had to buy 3 moving boxes because I have so many black and yellow totes from growing so much weed in California. We would cure them out and store our weed in the black and yellow totes. I mean, we grew 500 pounds our last year there, so I had a lot of fucking black and yellow totes. But I was able to move everything with them, and only had to buy 3 big moving boxes, which, was pretty nice. Oh, did I have one of these cups? Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, this greenhouse I got off of Amazon. Honestly, it was like $90, and It's the only downside I have with it is that the bottom doesn't reach the ground. So for really cold places like where I'm at, um, it's not sufficient at holding in heat like through the night. But I was considering kind of modifying it into like a cold frame. So I've got cement cinder blocks, and I have this insulation paneling, and I was gonna do insulation panel strips along the bottom and then cinder blocks along the bottom, to hold that in place until I actually build a real cold frame. And I'll do a freaking show on that, a video. I just prefer the live streams over making the videos. That's so much more work, and I just feel like it's just not natural where I can just like be myself on a live stream versus, oh, I gotta record a video and make and edit it and do more computer things. Like, no, thank you. Get me off the computer. And like my husband's like, you could write more articles. Because I was just like saying how I'm like trying not to hustle, allegedly, what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, I just need to like be focused on other things right now and not hustling. And like, he's like, oh, you could write more articles, make more money that way. And I'm like, yeah, but that just means being on the computer more. I love writing. And now that I'm in like this beautiful space, I could probably just write outside, but still, just even staring at a computer screen is like annoying as shit for me. I get headaches from the blue light. Um, okay, only a few more. Only a few more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am done after this. This is taking me a lot longer than I actually thought. You click 3 vertical dots to the right and can block all future dots messages from them. Okay, let's see here. 3 dots. Nope. Remove. There we go. Thank you. I didn't know how to do that. I appreciate you. Because we don't need that kind of nonsense in here. Um, yeah, I was gonna try to do the pumpkins tonight too, but you know what? I've got, like I said, the pumpkins and the cucumbers really, they want to be out of here. But maybe tomorrow I will be able to rent the rototiller, build my garden beds, and plant the pumpkins directly in the ground. I wonder if I can do all that. It's my husband's day off tomorrow, so you know what that means? Projects all day. Whatever I say, we have to do. So that's, you know, that's the way it works around here. I don't know about where you guys are, what your relationships are like, but that's how my relationships are. Um, Luckily, it's all fun and games, right? I just want to have fun. I just want to dig in the dirt, get my hands dirty. We got some beer in the fridge, well, like sours. I'm not a huge beer person, but I do look like a good saison, which is made with wild yeast, um, and sour ales, like aged in wine barrels and shit like that. So don't normally drink. I'm not a big drinker, but because we just moved in the house, and I know that, since I don't drink, my husband doesn't drink because I just don't like, maybe I'm being controlling. I'm just like, no, you don't need a drink. It's bad for you. It's poison. It's literally poisoning you. So don't get like, we have this, okayness with alcohol, but then like you can have wine around your kids, but then people look at me crazy if I'm smoking my dab pen or a joint or something and I'm with my kid. I'm like, man, the hell? Like, you drink your wine and judge me. I'm not judging I'm not judging you. Do what you want. Anyway, though, got the ciders, got some good drinks in the fridge, so that'll keep them going to do projects all day tomorrow, I think. Get this garden in place, and I'll have to, since I won't be going live, I will record some of it because it's going to be good content. And I want to do the soil analysis and show all of that for y'all because it's really, people say, oh, just get your soil tested, but there's so many things. that you can do that are not um, that don't require money to be transferred, like just through simple observations. So, like, digging a hole a specific size, filling it up with water, letting it drain, filling it up with water again, then timing it. There you have your percolation rate for 1 gallon of water. And now you can adjust your irrigation system according to that. Like, there's so many little tricks that you can do at home that don't require you to pay someone else or get a you know what I mean? Like, there's just so I'll try to record it all and put it up on the YouTuber computer and share the knowledge because I'm all about saving money, and which is like counter, I hate that, like, oh, I charge for a class and I have a Patreon because I got to make money, and but I want it to be accessible. I want this knowledge to be shared. Um, like, this is, we don't have to complicate it. We can just, okay, AD. Perfect. And I'm so happy that my son is finally old enough to like really start helping with things. And he's been watering plants all day today. I mean, plants that didn't even need watering, but I just gave him a spray can, so like a spray bottle. So, um, wasn't like, okay, here's the last AD, whatever that one was. So I don't know 2 strains that I wrote down, which is really crazy, but let's see anything in the comments. There should be a block L in the feature option too. I didn't see that, and I already deleted it, so I don't know who fucking nipple brain is. What a crazy weirdo. Not the good kind. We love couple projects as well. Yeah, it's so much better to do projects as in a team, right? It's like I get the ADHD brain where I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna start all of these projects, and then if I don't have like a little help, I'm like sitting on the floor at the end of the night with a big mess around me. All of these projects I need to get finished. Please help me. Please. Why do I start a million things at one time and know that that is going to be the result? But like I was just telling Cat Lady that like we don't have the chicken coop built yet, but like I just want to go buy chickens like tomorrow. And you know, that's going to force me to build the chicken coop, right? Because I got the chickens. So if I get them, and you can just put the little, you don't have to put them in a brooder box. You could just put them in a tote with sawdust. And then you just put your little waterer in there, make sure they're warm, keep them in the house. How fun would that be for my son right now? Like, yeah, come on, let's get chickens. But I know that's what I asked for Mother's Day was, please build me a walk-in chicken coop. I don't want none of those little, like, I have this dream vision of the chicken coop where I can just walk right in and see my ladies and not have like a little tiny coop where you gotta crouch down. I just want like the fanciest Taj Mahal of the chicken coops. Um, so we'll see if he can bring to life my vision. I'm pretty handy with the saw and power tools, so I will definitely be there um, assisting along the way and saying what I want. But definitely planning when you're building a new space and you're incorporating animals, it's like good to think about like, oh, which way does the wind blow? Where's your compost pile going to be? Where's your garden at? I'd like to have like, them free ranging, but being close to where I'm putting my Johnson 2 bioreactor so that I can put the bedding directly into the compost and not have to go far. Also, having them around the outside of the garden so they can feed on insects, and that's also going to be helping with pest prevention, allowing the chickens to just free range or outside of the garden because those motherfuckers will fuck up your garden. Like, for real. So don't let them in there. I mean, people do, but I'm not not with young, tender, new growth. Maybe after in the end of the summer, after it's established. Um, but gosh, I can't wait for all of the animals. Never gonna leave. Never gonna leave my house. I'm just gonna be a crazy chicken cannabis goat lady. But peas on her plants because pee is good for your plants. It really is, you guys. We're gonna talk about this. We'll have a whole episode on peeing on your plants. Not on them, but like with urine, nitrogen fertilizer because it's free and what a waste. We're not using it. Um, all right, that was the last one. I gotta label these. I'm definitely put too much water in here. Of course you love sours, cat lady. Of course you do. We're just two peas in a pod. You're like my best internet friend that I have ever met or ever had. So I appreciate you. Um, Label these ones heavy pet, which is like black domina and gator breath. 3 of those. Oh, did I write it on the wrong side of the tape? My God. Yep, I did. Man, these pumpkins really want to go on the ground. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm going to manifest that you're in your forever home tomorrow, and I don't have to transplant you. That you're just going to go straight in the ground, and we'll get lots of straw and mound you up and take good care of you. And I'll just be happy to spread out your roots and grow me lots of pumpkins because I love pumpkin pie, and that's what they are. They're sugar pie pumpkins. I am trying to grow hella pumpkins and make lots of pie because who doesn't want pie? And that's why I want all the chickens too for the quiche. I love pie, man. Pie in all shapes and sizes, all forms. All right, guys. Um, it is crazy that we've only met in person once, and it was so brief. It was just like so brief. I wanted to hang out, and Jordan was like, "We got to hit the road. We got to go." I don't even know where we went after that. Oh, we had another class the next day, I think. Um, but that was, yeah, we got to plan another trip. Like I said, Oklahoma, Harvest Fest. Come on, Kimmy. Let's run CB and meet up halfway in the good state of Oklahoma and do fun, weird farming shit together. And you're an Aquarius too. You're a January Aquarius though, right? I think. Um, okay, guys. I actually have, speaking of chickens, I have a whole roasted chicken in the oven. I put that in, I cut up potatoes and carrots and onions, put that bitch on top of it in my Le Creuset Dutch oven, and it's been in the oven this whole time, and it should be perfect 88 minutes. Mm. I'm going to bid you all farewell, and please come check back in on next Thursday, and I will post videos of this garden build out tomorrow, record it. Maybe I'll even go live for a bit because it's way easier to go live than to record a video and edit it. But I appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for growing organic. Thank you for caring about the environment. Thank you for caring about growing weed and being a sustainable person and positive and happy and spreading love. And um, yes, keep on doing it. Keep on. Oh my God, why is this?